Welcome back to the Express at Gary Point Park in Steveston. Coming up, we're going to talk tall ships with Richmond Mayor Malcolm Brodie. But right now, it's highlights from one of the biggest cancer fundraising events in all of Canada. The Relay for Life happens in over 450 communities, and we're meeting one hero from the Relay in Langley.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Langley resident Diana Beglow marks the start of the 2011 Relay for Life in Langley. But she's also marking another year cancer-free. Diana is the Relay for Life International Hero of Hope, and she's once again sharing her story of survival in her hometown.
When my doctor's office called, I went off to my appointment joking that I better go see if I'm going to live or die, not knowing how close I was to the truth. When my doctor came in, he sat me down and he said, "The news is not good. You have a tumor at the head of your pancreas." He said, "I'm sorry, you have pancreatic cancer." I tried to keep my sense of humor and stay positive. I never did ever think that I wasn't going to make it, and I never did say the word die.
Diana has been involved with Relay for Life for the past 7 years, a non-competitive event held in communities across Canada to raise money for the Canadian Cancer Foundation.
The idea behind Relay for Life was that cancer doesn't sleep, so neither do we. A lot of our events go overnight. Some go for 12 hours, some go for full 24 hours. And the idea is that people fighting cancer don't get to take a break from cancer. They're going non-stop against that fight. And so it's up to our community to support them in that fight by mirroring the hours that they put in.
If I've learned anything, not to sweat the small stuff. I have been cancer-free for 9 years.
The goal for Relay for Life is really to get communities involved in the fight. The idea, obviously, is raising money to support the mission of the Canadian Cancer Society, but it's also the people. It's about giving our communities a chance to fight back within their own community so that they don't have to go to Vancouver or to a big city. They can come out to their local community and get involved.
Along with her fundraising group, Team Fantastic, Diana has raised awareness in her community and helped other cancer patients with their road to recovery.
And Relay is very community. It's the more people we can get out here to find out about Relay and come and join into the fun, the better. We've got young kids from high school because they have people in their family that cancer has touched. But even if it hasn't touched you, you're doing a good thing.
Team Fantastic!
I've talked to a few people that have cancer, so I'm hoping my story encourages them and gives them that little bit of hope, because you need hope. We're here to carry on and help the next people. So I've survived, so I hope I can now carry on in any little way. My story, my picture, whatever, my dollars, help the next person survive.
And as Diana showed us, this day is not about relaying for cancer. It's about relaying for life. I'm Mansour in Langley for The Express.
There are more Relay for Life events coming up. The next one is June 11th. That happens in both Surrey and the North Shore. And tomorrow on The Express, we'll take you to Coquitlam to meet some survivors. Now, up next on The Express, instead of running around a track, we're spinning some wheels at BCIT, where students and faculty took a different approach to Bike to Work Week.
Anybody want an apple?
Peter Odinsky keeps his cyclists happy.
We are spinning. We're going nowhere.
This is BCIT Spin-A-Thon to promote Bike to Work Week.
We wanted to find ways of increasing participation, and we just brainstormed. We threw the craziest ideas we had out. I run a working recreation. We have all the spinning bikes there, and we said, whoa, let's bring them all down.
Over a 12-hour period, BCIT staff, faculty, and students hope to bike 3,000 kilometers. If they do so, it'll be equivalent to biking from Vancouver to Nova Scotia.
I think it really shows that we are really promoting a green workplace environment, as well as a healthy workplace environment, and I think it's a good way for us to get to know other colleagues and meet new people and just build a better workplace morale.
Biking to work is it's a good way to clear your mind, if not just for fitness, but it's a great way to bookend the day. Start out with a clear head, end with a clear head.
If we can be out here on a wonderful day like this participating, and 1% of these people driving by can communicate and see us and ride the bike one day and find out it's not such a bad thing after all, it makes a difference for everybody.
It's a team effort.
It also gave cyclers an excuse to show their Canuck pride.
We are believing in blue. We're going for our Canucks. We're in the Stanley Cup Finals, which is unbelievable, thank God.
In Burnaby, I'm Melanie Pineda for The Express.
BCIT's Spin-A-Thon had 134 people participate and clocked over 2,600 K. If you'd like to find out how the rest of Metro Vancouver did during Bike to Work Week, you can check out the website. And you're watching The Express, and we have tall ships and BMX tricks coming up. After the break,
when you go aboard and you see the ropes and you see how it's all put together,
the love and lure of the tall ships.
It's truly magnificent.
The new Freeride Park in Victoria. The Express. We are your local voice.
Community programming on Shaw has been generously sponsored in part by
hairstyling and color services for Shaw TV, provided by the Lounge Hair Studio. LoungeHairStudio.com.
Ready? This is for all the money.
Let's see if you can get this.
Oh! Ah!
Oh, yes I did.
Nice shot.
Yeah.
I think I got to work on my game a little bit. You were awesome.
Yeah,
how many goals do you think you got on it today?
Maybe 20. I'm not sure. You never know.
I think you're pushing it a little bit with 20.
Welcome back to The Express at Gary Point Park in Steveston. Now we're going to ask you to use your imagination with us and harken back to a time when Steveston Village was a major port of call for sailing ships from around the world.
When you go out on a sail on these vessels, it's truly magnificent. We're pleased to have the tall ships back. You know, not only do we like having them here and visiting with the captain and the crews, but it reminds us of our maritime past in our city.
Sailors are adventurers, and I think that's what people are really drawn to. That's what brings them to a ship like this. They want to know, how did they do that? How did they make that ship go in 1790? You know, when there was nothing but the wind to propel the ship. Wind in the hearts of the sailors.
Just think back in your mind's eye to this scene 100 years ago. There was cannery after cannery. It was the biggest collection of canneries in the whole world. So you'd have these big tall ships coming into Steveston all the time, ships from all over the planet. And so when the tall ships come in, you just find yourself thinking back to those kinds of times and thinking about the importance of the maritime industry and the maritime heritage on our city.
I think it was Benjamin Franklin that said, were it not for seasickness, the whole world would be sailors.
On Tuesday, June the 7th, the tall ships will be here at Gary Point Park in Steveston, doing mostly school tours. And after that, they set sail for Vancouver. We're also going to set sail up next on the Express. We're hopping a ferry for Vancouver Island to check out a new mountain bike course with jumps and bumps and twists and turns.
A hammer downstroke sprint, forcing the pace to the finish. Gripped with adrenaline while spinning out on the inside track. These guys spend less time talking and more time in the action. Whoever said there's no such thing as a free ride? Well, there is now.
1, 2, 3, and the park is officially open. Thank you very much, everybody.
After 9 years of planning and building in phases, the North Saanich Freeride Park is open to the world. Okay, so it did take some money to help build this community bike park, which is considered a world-class bike destination. But it's the support from the community that continues to keep this project moving onward and upward.
It's absolutely massive, not just for BMX, but all sorts of mountain bike, dirt jumping, downhillers and racers are using this for a training facility, as well as it's a fun facility for kids of all ages. It is really a well-rounded park. It's not just the peninsula. We've got people coming from all over Greater Victoria, the island, and in fact, a couple weeks ago we had some people here from California, which is not unusual.
Well, I've grown up in Sydney, and I love Sydney, and now We get to bring our little guys out here, and it's just so great because he loves riding bikes, and he's been waiting all winter long for this place to open up.
The entire course is on a piece of property 100 metres by 100 metres. The land donated by the municipality of North Saanich. The park is operated by the Friends of North Saanich Mountain Bike Park Society.
And it's a very healthy activity. I mean, you're out, you're riding a bike, you're getting some fresh air, and you're really improving your skills, so everybody can get behind that sort of thing.
The most recent donation is from the Sydney by the Sea Rotary Club.
So that's the balance, 13,000. Wow. So,
helping to offset the costs of building the final 2 sections of the park. This mogul-style track called the Rotary Fitness Zone, that looks like a good leg workout. And then this expert course along the back of the park where the more experienced rider can catch a bit of air, leaving you in the dust. Holy smokes, there's a rock. Now the jumps you see are designed and built by the riders themselves. And the pros share the track with beginners.
Yeah, it's good. Everyone here is really friendly. It's like mountain biking, the whole community is like that.
See you, buddy, all the way through.
No!
As you can see, it won't take long before the beginners turn into professionals around here. The park is open all summer, but you should check the website first in case there are any closure notices. Jump online to freeridebc.com. From North Saanich on Vancouver Island, I'm James Green for Big Summer.
There's so much to do and explore all around BC. It's time now for our Cultus Lake Big Summer Spotlight on local events. 4 young Vancouverites are hosting a Sex Cures Cancer fundraiser at the Opus Hotel to promote health and social connections and show some cheeky entertainment to raise funds for cancer research. The Italian Market Day will feature delicious Italian food, live music, the city's best gelato samples, and a cooking presentation and competition. It's a comedy featuring 2 Shakespearean actors low on their luck. With its twists and turns, this play leads to romantic entanglements and adventures abroad. And that's it for today's Express from Garry Point Park in Steveston. We're going to leave you with a look at the latest from the Museum of Anthropology in Vancouver, and we'll see you next time.